This book sounded interesting to us just from the title. This is the first book of the month book. I've just been putting it off. I don't really know why. The romance is my thing. I'm going to try and read this one. Stephen King is so scary. Hopefully I won't get freaked out by the book. Hey guys, it's Bianca. Welcome back to my channel. I'm literally so excited to film today's video. I've been wanting to film one for so long, and I'm finally doing it. Today I'm going to be telling you my TBR for the rest of 2021. I don't normally make that many book videos, but I literally love reading, so I definitely am going to start making more videos about what I'm reading. Today I have 9 books that I'm going to try and get through by 2022, which is a little ambitious for me. I'm a slower reader. Not slow, but just like I don't read like 3 books a week. My dog makes weird noises sometimes. But I don't read like a lot of books in one week. I tend to read maybe a book a week or sit down and read a book in a few hours. Like it literally depends for me. These are all the books I brought to school with me in the beginning of the year or I bought while I was at school and I haven't read yet. So I'm gonna try and get through them by the end of the year. I thought coming to college I would stop reading. I thought I would have no time to, but honestly at college I have more time to read and I love it. I found like my love for reading again. So the first book on my TBR is The Thursday Murder Club. I got this book when Fran, my roommate, and I went back to my home for a weekend. We went to this bookstore in Saratoga. We picked this book up, we both got it, and we're actually gonna read it together. We've just started it. As you can see, we're only like 2 chapters in, but sometimes we start reading books together and it's really fun because it's just so much better than when I read a book alone, because when I finish a book I'm like, and all I want to do is talk about it. So I love that me and her read them at the same time together. This book sounded interesting to us just from the title, like a murder club, but after starting reading it, I just know it's going to be a book that takes me a little longer to get through, just like by the writing and the way that it's already written, but I am going to try to finish this book probably this week. My next book is called A Little Hope. So I just signed up for this thing called Book of the Month. You can see it's on the book right here. I've been watching so many videos on TikTok and YouTube about reading, and one thing I kept hearing was book of the month. So I look it up. It's this site where you can sign up and every month they'll send you a book. There'll be 5 choices and you pick one, they send it to you. I'm not gonna say that much about it because there will be a video coming out about this early next year, but this is the first book of the month book I have got. This book is a little different from books I would normally read. It's not like a fluent one long story. It's 12 chapters. Each chapter is a different story of someone that lives in this town in Connecticut. I'm on like chapter 3 or 4 and so far it's really good. Like I said, it's very different from what I normally read, but I'm still enjoying it. And as you'll see from this list, I'm trying to read a lot of different genres just because I normally read like romance and those are the books I can fly through, but I want to read more. Like I don't want to just only be sticking to one genre, but this is really good so far. It's a little bit sad, a little bit heavy, but I'm liking it. The next book I have on my list is Where the Crawdads Sing. I saw this book on TikTok. This one I saw a while ago. I bought it in the summer, I think, and I still haven't read it. I've just been putting it off. I don't really know why. The plot sounds so interesting. It's about this girl called the Marsh Girl. When someone goes missing in the town, everyone suspects the Marsh Girl, but she's apparently not what they think, and it just sounds really interesting to me. Also, it's not that long, so I'm thinking it's gonna be really good and I will definitely be able to read it quickly. Next we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This book I also saw on Book Talk. I'm sure you guys have seen it too, but I have been putting this one off as well because when I got to school, my roommate had this book and she was like, I read like half of it and I didn't really like it. I wasn't getting into it, so I was like, but I did end up buying it and we are planning to read this one together. I don't know, I think that it sounds interesting, and if it's so popular on Book Talk, there has to be something good about it. I'm a little intimidated because it's almost like 400 pages or more, I think. Oh yeah, it's almost 450. I'm really excited to read it and I really want to get to it. My next book is When We Were Young. If I'm being completely honest, when I first picked up this book, it was just because the cover is really pretty, but then I read what it was about and I was like, whoa, I'm going to like this book. It is about these 2 people that were in love when they were younger and now they are coming back to each other and reconnecting. Like I said, romance is my thing and this sounds like it will be a good one. It says one of them is keeping a secret and the other is living a lie. That sounds so intriguing. I definitely think this is one that I will be able to fly through probably in one day. Also, my roommate and I both bought this one as well, so we are planning to read this together. Like I said, I love reading books with her because we get to talk about it, and like she reads faster than me, so sometimes I'll look over at her and all of a sudden she'll be like, in the middle of her reading and I'm like, oh my god, something's coming. Something is coming, and it's so much fun. The next book on my list is Beautiful World, Where Are You? This book I don't know much about. Honestly, the title just sounded really good to me. It says Alice, a novelist, meets Felix, who works in a warehouse, and asks him if he'd like to travel to Rome with her. In Dublin, her best friend Eileen is getting over a breakup and slips back into flirting with Simon, a man she has known since childhood. Alice, Felix, Eileen, and Simon are still young, but life is catching up to them. I've just heard really good things about this author. I know she wrote the book Normal People, and I've heard a lot of good things about that. It's kind of one of those books that's like a little vague when you like read the synopsis, but I'm still really interested in it. This next book is also just a quick one. It's called The Road Trip. It just sounds from the back like a cute little romance novel that I can fly through. It's about these two people that were in love and then they ended up breaking up when they were younger. It's the day before one of their friends' weddings and they actually crash into each other's cars. So they end up having to get to this wedding together, and of course I'm guessing they're going to fall back in love. When I was checking out at the bookstore though, the woman that was checking me out was like, this book looks so good, I love that author, so now I'm really excited to read it. My next two books are like completely different from any of the ones I just said I was gonna read. First we have The Six of Crows. I am not really a big fantasy reader just because, I don't know, like it's one of those genres where I start reading a book and then it sits there for months and I barely go back to it, but I'm going to try and read this one. I've been seeing a lot of fantasy recommendations on TikTok and I just really want to read one, and I know this is a really popular series. She also wrote the Shadow and Bone series, which is really popular, but I saw this one at the store and I was like, you know what, it sounds really good from the back, I'm just gonna try it. If you have read this book, let me know in the comments what you are thinking about it and if you think I'm going to like it. I'm really excited about it. I just know that I'm going to take a while to read it. Hopefully it gets really intriguing and I'm loving it. We will see, I guess. The final book I want to read this year is The Shining. I bought this book at a bookstore in town. If you guys watched my video where we did a 24-hour Halloween movie marathon, this was one of them, and that was actually the first time I had seen this movie. I'd been putting it off because I just have heard like Stephen King is so scary, and so I was like really nervous to watch it. But I watched the movie and I was like, oh, like it's not that scary. I'm hoping that the book is better, honestly. I've heard from people that the book is definitely better than the movie and that there's a lot more included in the book that isn't in the film. So I'm actually really excited to read this and just get my own opinion about if the book or the movie is better. In my opinion, the book is almost always better. I just think it's a good first Stephen King novel for me because I've already seen the movie. I do know the story, so hopefully I won't get freaked out by the book. I don't think I will, but I guess we'll find out when I read it. That was my very ambitious TBR for the rest of the year. I'm hoping to get through a lot of these. If I'm being completely honest, I'll probably get through like 5 or 6, probably not the whole 9, but I will try my best. Once I get through them though, I will definitely be doing a book recommendation / like what I thought of them, so make sure you subscribe for that video. Make sure you guys comment down below if you like this video and you want to see more book videos coming from me. Like I said, I love reading and I love making these videos for you guys, so let me know if it's something you are interested in. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for videos every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. and follow all my social media in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.